Welcome back. You tuned into the Talking Point with me, your host Mariam Mia, only on Salam Media. And now it's our female empowerment tribute segment, and this being August 10th is Women's Day in South Africa, and August is known now as synonymously has come to be known as Women's Month, and at Salam Media, we are acknowledging all the sisters, females that contribute positively to society, make waves in society. And today, my segment is dedicated to what I call the silent sisters. I call them my silent sisters because they do amazing work. This is committed. They give up selflessly their time and their resources, but it's a unconditional, sustained commitment that these sisters do at a drop, at a phone call. I won't say the drop of a hat. At a phone call, they alter the whole schedule, and within few minutes, they prepare to leave and they go out to perform a vital service for our community, which I call on the pictures here. I said Ghusl, the final parting gift. Yes, these are the sisters that perform a collective faride. Remember, Islam, the beautiful deen that it is, the complete, perfect way of life. When we leave this world, we live in a most beautiful manner to be presented to the Almighty. And you need to be bathed and enshrouded in a coffin. And these are the sisters that facilitate this process of performing female ghusls, and they support the family both in bereavement and in the actual physical act of performing a ghusl. They do this silently, unassumingly, without any fuss and without any recognition, and that is why I would like to acknowledge these silent sisters. So joining me today are three silent sisters. They were very reluctant to come. They actually said they would like to remain silent sisters, but it's important because they are part of a team of sisters around the country and globally, the Silent Sister Network, who are always available when there's a call, when there's somebody has passed on, a loved one has passed on, they are there to support the family and facilitate the ghusl. So I have with me, this is my single sister who we work closely together for the Greenside Ghusl group, and that is Sister Radia Laher. And then I have Sister Anisa Karani. She's actually what I like to acknowledge her as one of my first teachers. We say our ustad, who actually taught us how to perform ghusl. So Alhamdulillah, her rewards are numerous because she was one of the sisters who came and taught us ghusl, who's been performing in the Val area. Everybody knows Sister Anisa because when there's a funeral, everybody calls Sister Anisa who would sort it out. And then I have Appa Suraya Kara, who has been doing it, who has been assisting and facilitating ghusls for a quarter of a century now, and that is Appa Suraya Kara. So, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh wal mahfira wal jannah, and a warm talking point Salam Media welcome firstly to Sister Radia.
And thank you for having me, Maria.
So, let me just welcome Sister Anisa and then Sister Suraya, and then I'll go to Sister Radia to tell us how did you get involved. So, the sisters, you can. My next question is to tell us how you got involved in this very meritorious, noble act of deen. Assalamu alaikum, Sister Anisa.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, Mariam?
All well, Alhamdulillah, all the better for engaging and able to acknowledge you on this platform. Assalamu alaikum, Apa Suraya Kara.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How's all the ladies?
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
So I've called you and I've titled us the Silent Sisters. So let's begin with Radia. Radia, tell us, how did you become involved in wanting to facilitate ghusls?
Okay, so this goes back a long time when the the elderly aunties were still around, and we were always too scared to do the Ghusls and always going in there but eager, always very eager to know what it's all about, and admired them so much that I was always intrigued, to be able to get an opportunity to be able to do this. And when the opportunity came and you and I went, when my late father-in-law, Musa Laher, head of FMY, who started the founder of FMYO, put a plea out to say that the younger generation need to now get involved. And I think that meeting just set us off to get us where we are today with the Ghusls, from strength to strength, and being able to be a support to the community in being able to do this kind of work.
Yes, I remember that was now a long time ago. I think maybe about 12, 13 years now. Alhamdulillah. And Sister Anisa, how did your journey begin in the Val area? How did it come about that you then were interested or involved in facilitating Ghusls?
Alhamdulillah, with Allah's mercy, we were taught Ghusl by the late Abba Tikri. Allah granted the highest stage in Jannat Firdaus. Our Mama Chamda also was involved in Ghusls. They were, like the lady said, they were getting older and they need the younger ladies to come in. So Alhamdulillah, we've been doing it now for the past 27 years, Alhamdulillah. And now, since the COVID has come in, Alhamdulillah, we got a lot of young ladies that are interested in doing Ghusl. So with Allah's mercy, we carrying on.
And Suraya, your journey is a many, many years. And can you tell us what set you off on this trajectory and this aspect of fulfilling rights in Dawah?
When I was teaching from a very early age, teaching madrasa. And when I got married, I didn't actually want to do this. But my husband got me into it when an aunt of his passed away. And that was the first time I went out as a student. I just went to learn and observe, but I helped a lady by the name of Haji Halima Hendricks. And she was one of the older ladies of Bosmont. And in that time, when we started, it wasn't an easy hustle like we have now. Meaning, we have the facilities like FMYO has such a beautiful facility in Mayfair, and they've done some work in Bosmont as well. So we had to take the path to the house and do everything at home, and we had to cut the kafan and make the kafan. So I started off very young, alhamdulillah. And it's been now maybe 43 years or 42 years. And alhamdulillah now, like the other Appa said, with COVID, there was a lot of restrictions. And we were 2 people at most, and the family members. And but alhamdulillah, we managed. But in COVID, there was only a few of us that could go out. And after that, we've got a good couple of ladies on our team, alhamdulillah, all much, much younger than what I am. But alhamdulillah, all very qualified now. And shukr to Allah, they also can come out at any time. When the call is there, everybody's hands are up to help. So alhamdulillah to all the ladies that's always been there for this type of work. It's not for everyone because it's not an easy job. And if you go for your first ghusl, sometimes you don't sleep for a couple of nights because you think of that face that you saw and what a beautiful noor there was or whatever it is. But alhamdulillah, I've been through many, many experiences in the ghusls, alhamdulillah.
So, Sister Suraya, that's what I said earlier in my introduction. In that the sisters that Allah has chosen or handpicked in terms of facilitating ghusls like this, it becomes it's part of who you are. It becomes your identity. I mean, even when you see people meet you socially, and that some of them even joke to say, I better be courteous to this person here, because if something happens to me, I'm at their mercy and I'm going to do their ghusl. So you get termed as the ghusl auntie or the ghusl lady or something like that, because it becomes part of your identity. And as I said earlier, it's not something you volunteer 1 or 2 days. It becomes a selfless, unconditional, sustained commitment, because you might be at a function, you might be doing your daily chores, you might have an appointment, or you might be sleeping in the throes of winter on a really, really cold night, and you might get a call at 2 a.m. in the morning, and there's a ghusl, and you have to leave the comfort of your warm bed, yes, and go out and perform the ghusl. So, Sister Radia, tell us about your experience in this, and also uh, how has this ghusl now assisted, how is defined who you are, and also your experiences in doing ghusl, how has it changed how you think and your perspectives?
Well, Husserl is teamwork. Without a team, it's not just me that is doing this Husserl. It's a whole team. We work together. We support each other. We to be able to support the family, because you must know the family is at their most vulnerable, and they need your assistance. And for me, it's the most humbling, fulfilling, and purposeful opportunity that Allah has bestowed on me, and I can't be more grateful for this opportunity to be able to do this kind of work. And we have a wonderful team of ladies that I work with, including you, Mariam, because we, like you said, we have to free ourselves. I mean, the commitment is unwavering. So you've got to free yourself 24/7 to be able to do, and it does become part of you. It's part of who you are. So Alhamdulillah, this work is a commitment of proportion. And my experiences with people also, I mean, you deal with all different kind of personalities, and you've got to be so understanding to their needs at that time, because it's a loved one, it's their last right. It's you're dealing with a person that has lost their mother, their sister, their friend. So you've got to be so gentle with these personalities, because everyone is going through a hard time. So Alhamdulillah, we have a good
So,
support team too.
I mean, Sister Anisa, and I will pose the same question to you.
Alhamdulillah, like Sister said, we have a group of ladies. We just tap on them and shukr, Alhamdulillah, all are ready to come out and assist. We have to be very compassionate, very very, very humble with the mayat, because we don't want them to feel offended if we hurt the mayat or we've been rough, or got to be so gentle with the mayat. And like you said, Mariam, a lot of people joke and say they call us the Malikal Maut. They say when they see you, they say, "Oh, there's Malikal Maut coming." But shukr, we go with the flow. We have to be very compassionate towards the loved ones that they leave behind. And with this COVID time, we had plenty mates. The one day we were in the Ghusl Khana from 12 o'clock right until after Maghrib. We're just giving Ghusls, to just one after the other. So Allah has chosen us to do this work. So firstly, we must correct our intentions when we go. And we only do it for Allah's pleasure.
And Appa, Suraya, to you, how has this become part of you, and in terms of your experiences performing ghusls for all these years?
Alhamdulillah, as Sister Anisa has said now, we have to be compassionate towards the family. That is why when you go in and your intention, like Sister Anisa has just mentioned also, we check our intention. We do this for the sake of Allah and for the sake of the people. We have to be compassionate. There's no time limit. You go into that Ghusl Khana, every time you go into you cannot put a time, because you don't know what is the condition of the body that comes in. And then the people around you, like Sister Radia has also just mentioned, if they're hurting, they've just lost a loved one. And if you yourself have gone through that type of losing a loved one, a mom or a daughter, or then you have that same feeling. Every time you go out and you make a ghusl, it reminds you also of your death, that this is how you're going to be looking, how you're going in 2 pieces of cloth, kafan, and you come back with a different ideology. You sometimes don't ask what happened, how did this person pass away, what was she ill, what there's no, the maut came and that is what happened. Allah Ta'ala came and Allah Ta'ala took the ruh and there it was. So it's a different feeling. And like I say again, in the time. You have to be compassionate. Some people don't want you to do this, don't want you to do that. They ask a lot of questions around it. And you have to have patience, in other words. You cannot rush it. Sometimes you try your best when they give a time for the janaza. You try your best, but there's no way you can rush this because it's an amanat. So you taking on that amanat and you have to do it properly. And we always ask Allah Ta'ala to forgive us if we have done anything that is not gone right there. But so far, alhamdulillah, we also have a very, very good support team. And everybody's also ready at any time, be it 12, be it before Fajr, be it any time of the day. There's always, all our ladies are always ready to go. So just make dua it stays like that, inshallah.
I mean, so yes, for me, in that ghusl room, it's a very special place for me because we've witnessed Allah's mercies, Allah's nehma in that room. And as Sister Radia said, Sister Anisa, Apa Suraya has concurred, and I'm there to vouch for it that muhabbat Allah gives you as a team to work there, to support the family, to display the sense of compassion. Ghusl is a very it's a physical act. You have to be focused in terms of certain faraid has to be done for it to be an accepted ghusl in it. But at the same time, you have to be. It's a very emotional act because you need to sympathize with the family. You need to be cognizant of the choice of words you use because this is closure for the family. While it's a parting gift to the marhum, this act of ghusl is as a counselor myself, I realize it's our deen is so perfect because this act of ghusl helps in terms of grieving and it brings closure for the family. So as facilitators of ghusl, we have to be cognizant in our non-verbal cues, what we say, how we comfort. So it's a huge amana, but alhamdulillah, Allah's gifts are with us in terms of how we all bond as a team. We support each other. It's almost as if we've been gifted to read each other's minds. And yes, different cases, as Apa Suraya says, there's no time on it because every case you come, you want to give them the best gift, the best parting gift you're going to give somebody. And also, it's a constant reminder that while in our lives, all our thoughts is on material things, how we can amass and acquire material essence. When we leave, we just enshrouded for females in 5 beautiful pieces of cloth, and through that, the nur shines right through. So it's a constant reminder for everybody that while we in this world here, amassing acquisition of material assets, think of what you're leaving. So start amassing values. Let's contribute positively to society. Whether you're a silent sister giving ghusl, leave a legacy. You involve in dawah work, you're contributing positively to society, you're serving humanity. That is going to be our legacy and not our material possession. So final parting words from Sister Radia, Sister Anisa, and then Apa Suraya. Sister
For me,
Radia, you can go.
for me, I would like it would be it's so important that the young generation gets involved, and I think every single woman, for your own, to get involved, come to the classes. I mean, FMY is running classes all the time. Come, you can be curious. You can see how dignified and beautiful the ghusl actually is. So it's a plea also for the young generation to please get involved. It is absolutely beautiful to experience. And Jazakallah for the opportunity, Mariam.
I mean, and this is actually, so we'd like to wish you not only over Women's Month, but because it's Women's Month, we'd like to acknowledge you, Sister Radia, as well as all those who are involved in Ghusl. Shukr, and may Allah continue granting you good health and strength so that you continue in this aspect of deen. It is a collective faraid on the community, this act of Ghusl. So not only are you doing it, but we are fulfilling a faraid, a communal or collective faraid. Sister Anisa?
Alhamdulillah, Allah accepts from us, inshallah, all our efforts, all the sisters on the group. And yeah, Alhamdulillah, in Roshni, we have quite a large number of ladies. We're on the group. All the young ladies are coming forward nowadays to take part in the Ghusl. Allah accept from them also. And we thank you, Mariam, for allowing us to be on this platform. Jazakallah.
Ameen. Summa Ameen. And likewise, my dua is may the Almighty take the Roshni, the Vow team from strength to strength and continue to use you in fulfilling this collective faride of Ghusl, a
Ameen.
parting gift to a loved one. Apa Suraya?
Jazakallah, Mariam, for having us. I would just like to say the Marisburg team, Alhamdulillah, we like Sister Radia has said, we work as a team, and Alhamdulillah, we have an Amir also, and we also have classes that we run every Wednesday night by Maulana Shahid and the imams of the surrounding areas. So every Wednesday night from Maghrib to Isha, we have it in the Marisburg Masjid, and it's very, very informative. Even if we know, we always learn something. We never know everything. So myself, after all these years, I still go to the class as well. And the youngsters of our community, alhamdulillah, is also taking part. And inshallah, we'll grow, inshallah. And like I say again, to all the ladies out there who's doing this, um, I always say, we can't thank people, but we can always thank Allah for the people.
So
And
well
FM
put. Mhm.
and FMYO, Alhamdulillah, the facilities they've got in Mayfair, that has been such as a. I just want to mention the hoist. That is something very, very important for us at this age, and Alhamdulillah, that's a very big help. And I hope, inshallah, more of these ghusl khanas will go up around so that we can have a facility close to us. But Jazakallah for having us, and to the ladies out there, Jazakallah for everything that has been done for the community. Jazakallah, Mariam. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. And I'd like to end off to share some of the intentions of giving ghusl. The first one says, Oh Allah Ta'ala, only you are giving me the tawfiq to give ghusl, and the outcome of this ghusl is in your hands. Ya Allah, I'm giving ghusl because it is your hukam and because it's the sunnah of our Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and I'm bringing alive the sunnah of our Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And just to mention a few hadith align with the rewards and promise giving ghusl. Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anha narrates and says, Whoever washes a deceased person, enshrouds him, preserves him from decaying, carries him and offers the funeral prayer for him, and does not disclose what he has seen, will emerge from his sins as on the day his mother bore him. Sayyidina Muawiyah bin Khadij radiallahu anha says the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam narrates that whoever washes a deceased person, shrouds him, follows him to the janaza, and helps in burying the corpse, his sins are forgiven. And we make dua after giving ghusl. We say, Oh Allah, accept my giving ghusl and make it the means of hidayah for me first and for all of mankind until Qiyamah. O Allah, I make tawbah and istighfar for my shortcomings, for surely I did not fulfill the haqq of this favor of yours upon me, and I make shukr for having been given the ability to give ghusl. So we make dua. That is always our intention, that we have a sincerity of intention every time we do this. And please, although I only have three sisters here today representing us for this important collective faride of Ghusl, facilitating Ghusl. This program and this segment for Women's Month is dedicated to each and every sister who accepted the call, who went out, partake in this Ghusl, provided the parting gift for the marhum, as well as given the gesture of kindness and compassion and offered the support and tazkiyah to the families. This is dedicated for you because you are truly chosen and you are special indeed. And may the Almighty grant you longevity and good health to carry on with this unconditional, sustained commitment. And truly an act of dawah. You sisters are amazing in the silent ways and manners that you conduct yourself. And from me, it's to all our beloved sisters joining me here. May you always be under the mercy and protection of the Almighty. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
And until next week, Wednesday, may you all our listeners, may you be under the mercy and protection of the Almighty. This is your host, Mariam Mia, and this was the talking point, my talking point.